In Israel, the Feast of the Tabernacles has once again been celebrated. However, this time was different from the others. During the feast, fascinating rites were reenacted to kick-start the building of the Third Temple. What does the building of this Third Temple mean to the Jews? Are these a part of the old prophecies coming to life? Everyone knows that Israel doesn't hold back when it comes to festivities and rituals that are significant to its religious and sometimes prophetic history. One such popular festivity is the Feast of Tabernacles. This feast lasts 1 week, beginning on the 15th day of the month of Tishri, September or October, 5 days after the Day of the Atonement at the end of the harvest. The Jewish people built temporary shelters for the feast to remember their deliverance from Egypt by the hand of God. This feast is known by many popular names, which include Feast of Shelters, Feast of Booths, Feast of Ingathering, and Sukkot. Sukkot is a 7-day ceremony and is also one of Israel's 3 most important pilgrimage feasts. During this time, the men of Israel are expected to gather to worship God in His chosen place. This period is also a holiday for Jews and is characterized by many religious activities. This particular festival holds great significance throughout Jewish history. Solomon dedicated the Second Temple during the Feast of Tabernacles. Now again, the feast is being used to celebrate the building of the Third Temple. The water libation ceremony has been kick-started to reenact the building of the Third Temple. The water libation ceremony, known in Hebrew as Nisuch Hamayim, usually takes place after the required daily sacrifices must have been made. This ritual is characterized by the drawing of water from the Siloam pool at night, which will be used for the water libation for the next morning. Within 7 days of the celebration, the priesthood would climb on a ramp into the temple court and pour the water right into a jug that would drop directly on the altar. But what does this water libation ceremony signify? In the old times, Moses was instructed to mix the ashes of the red heifer with flowing and alive water. This water was used to purify the people when they became unclean by sprinkling it on them. And to carry out the ordinance, the priest needs fresh and flowing water, and the Siloam was that water within the walls of Jerusalem. It is a symbol of purification. When Jesus performed the miracle of restoring the sight of the blind man from birth, He asked him to wash in the pool of Siloam. Now, how is all of this connected with the building of the Third Temple? The building of the Third Temple had been widely anticipated because of the prophecy that had been made a long time ago. The prophecy reveals that once the Third Temple is completed, it will usher in the second coming of the Messiah, which will be the end of the chaos happening in the world right now. It's believed that the devil will be defeated and humanity will be restored. Jews believe that people from all around the world will come to the temple to worship God, who will be present there at that time. How likely is this going to happen? The ceremony of the water libation took place this year in Jerusalem, where millions of people gathered to see this ceremony. This was led by a priest called a Kohanim. Musically gifted Levites played the instruments and took over the atmosphere. The event began in Shah-Hashbaz. This is where the people joined the priests and the Levites, dressed as mandated by the scriptures. These passed through the passageways led by the Levites into the valley below the Temple Mount, singing Jewish songs. Many other ceremonies, which included pouring water from a silver flask and wine from another cup on the stone altar by the Kohanim, were held. Soon the ceremony ended with the priest blessing the people. This was followed by the Hawk Hill ceremony, conducted every 7 years. This ceremony is an important part of Moses' oral tradition. The Talmud, which is a teaching of several rabbis, consists of different prophecies that they believe are crucial to the coming of the Messiah. According to them, all of these prophecies must come to pass before the Messiah appears or reappears again. Since Jewish people do not believe Jesus Christ to be the Messiah, they will not turn to the Bible for reference. They will only turn to the books written by the rabbis, like the Talmuds, which can navigate the correct time to build the temple to welcome the Messiah. What does the Bible say about the Messiah coming? The Bible says that the Messiah will not come until the Antichrist and the son of perdition comes. The Antichrist will mislead many people to his own side before the Messiah finally shows up. What do you think about this Jewish belief? Is it something that will possibly happen in the near future? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.